So paying freelancers shouldn't be confusing. But with so many options out there, it can be a little overwhelming. Today, I'm breaking down the best and the easiest ways to pay freelancers. Whether you're hiring for a short-term project or for a long-term team, we'll talk about methods that are the fastest, ones that are safest, and ones that save you and your freelancer the most money. By the end, you'll know exactly which payment method makes the most sense for your workflow. So let's jump right into it. So first, let's break down something a lot of people get confused about. It's the differences between employee and independent contractor and why it matters. First up, independent contractors. These are your freelancers, basically people who are self-employed. They control how they work, when they work, and who they work for. They might have several clients at once. They usually set their own hours as well. And they also manage their own business operations. On the other hand, you have employees, and employees work under the company's direction. The employer decides their schedules. They kind of decide how their work should be done, but they also provide tools and resources to them. And employees also receive benefits, right? We're talking health insurance, paid time off, retirement options, and all those protections that come with being on payroll. Now, here's why classification matters. When companies misclassify a worker, it can create some serious legal and financial problems. We're talking issues with taxes, benefit eligibility, overtime, workers' protection, and potential fines for the company. And for workers, misclassification can mean they're missing out on benefits, protections, and income they're legally entitled to. So understanding truly whether you're an employee or an independent contractor, it isn't just for formality. It affects your rights, your money, and your future. So if you're trying to determine if someone is an employee or an independent contractor, you really got to ask yourself these few questions. Do you need control on how the work gets done? That leans to an employee classification. If they control the process, that is contractor territory. But here's the most important part. No single question decides classification. You kind of have to look at the whole picture, right? Just because somebody chooses their own schedule, that doesn't automatically make them a contractor. And just because someone works long term, that doesn't necessarily make them instantly an employee. See, classification comes from the overall balance of how much control you have versus how much independence the worker has. So when you're trying to figure it all out, pause, take a step back, and think about some of the questions that I just mentioned. And look at the full relationship, not just one little detail. And ultimately, that's how you make the right call. Avoid misclassification. Protect both your business and the workers as well. And there's also some resources on the Upwork site that helps you guide your questions in the right way to figure out classification. So now let's break down the best ways to pay freelancers fast, simple, and to the point. First, freelance marketplaces like Upwork. The pros of this is you get built-in security, payment protection, and so many payment options to choose from, like PayPal, Venmo, credit cards. It's all in one place. But there are some cons though. The main con is fees. You will pay for that convenience fee. Next is PayPal. It's fast, it's secure, and it's global, which makes it great for international freelancers. But there are transaction fees and there's no escrow protection. Next, we have direct bank transfers. This is super secure and it's great for large transactions. But there is a downside, right? There'll be possible fees and you have to share bank details, which is something not everyone is excited about when it comes to, privacy and things of that nature. Next up is credit cards. These are easy, secure, and also great for international payments. And we can't forget the rewards that people get with credit cards. But they also come with huge processing fees, which typically add up on big invoices. Next, we have Venmo. This is also quick and simple. It's very, very convenient for US freelancers. And it typically has lower fees than credit cards. The drawback is US only, so international payments can't really be made with Venmo. And it also doesn't have strong protection, which is a little bit risky. Next up, we have wire transfers. This is reliable and strong for large transactions, but they're very slow. And they also usually come with high fees, especially internationally. Next up, we have Wise. This is amazing for international payments. It has real-time currency conversion. They're transparent with their fees and there's no charges to freelancers. But there is a trade-off. There's no freelancer specific protections and higher fees in some currencies. And lastly, we have paper checks. There's no transaction fees for domestic payments, but it's slow, less secure, and terrible for international freelancers because of the conversion fees. So you might be asking, what is the best method? It depends. If you need protection, use a marketplace. If you need speed, use PayPal or Venmo. If you're paying large amounts, bank transfers or wires are usually best. And if you want simplicity, credit cards get it done even with the fees. So it's best to just pick a method that works best for your workflow and also keep your freelancer happy and doesn't destroy your budget. That's important too. All right, y'all, let's talk about the safest and the easiest ways to pay freelancers. Upwork. If you've ever been nervous about sending money and just hoping the work comes back right, Upwork takes all that stress away. First off, let's talk about the benefits of using Upwork in this capacity. Upwork gives you a secure payment system, milestone payments, escrow, all the stuff that keeps both you and the freelancer protected. So you're not chasing anybody down and they're not chasing you either. It just keeps things professional, clean, and simple. But here's where Upwork really shines, y'all. It's really how they protect your payments. Let's start with hourly contracts. Upwork uses something called Work Diary. Think of it like receipts for hours that your freelancer works. It tracks activity, verifies the work that's being done, and gives you visibility so you are not in the dark. And if the freelancer followed all the rules, you're covered by the hourly payment protection. That just simply means Upwork steps in to make sure everything is handled fairly. It's no guessing, it's no drama, it's not messy, it's to the point, protection covered. What else could you ask for? Now, for fixed contracts, this is all about milestones. You approve each part of the project before money moves. Your funds will sit in escrow safe until you say, yes, this is good. And guess what? If the work isn't what you agreed on, you can request an escrow refund or you can start a dispute. So basically you're in control this whole entire time. And here's something that a lot of people sleep on. You can actually use Upwork to pay freelancers who are not even on Upwork. It's called direct contracts. You get escrow protection, dispute assistance, and a clean payment process, and it costs you $0, nothing, nada. So this is helpful. Even if your freelancer is doing their own thing, you can still get Upwork level protection for yourself. So now let's talk about how simple it is to actually pay. You can actually choose whatever payment method works best for you. Venmo, PayPal, direct transfer, all that, you can choose it. You start the contract, the freelancer gets to work, and then when it's time to pay, it's literally one button. Pay now. And that's it. No messy back and forth. Upwork will handle the entire thing behind the scenes from start to finish for you. So I personally believe if you want peace of mind, clear structure, and protection from start to finish, Upwork is the move. A complete no-brainer. And that's whether you're hiring someone from the platform or someone you know. It just keeps everything safe, simple, and stress-free. So before you pay a freelancer, think about these three things: location, transaction size, and security. If you're domestic, you got a couple of options, right? But if international, you need something that handles currency, all the fees, and also protection. Big payment, make sure it's secure and trackable. Small payment, a little more flexible, right? And that, my friends, is the sweet spot of Upwork. It's got escrow protection, milestone approvals, dispute tools, just overall everything to keep you safe. Whether you're a freelancer across the street or around the globe, it's fast, secure, and stress-free. And honestly, that's how you pay smart. So all in all, today we covered a couple of things: why classifying workers correctly matters, the different payment options out there, and why Upwork stands out as a secure and reliable platform for hiring freelancers. But remember, there's no one size fits all when paying freelancers. Consider your location, your transaction size, and how much security you need before choosing a method. And let's be real, that's what makes the difference between a smooth process and a headache. Upwork is a true game changer. You get access to highly skilled and experienced freelancers, milestone payments, escrow protection, dispute resolution, and a workflow that actually makes paying people easier. It's really an all-in-one solution. If you have any questions about classifying workers, payment methods, or Upwork itself, drop them in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks on freelancing on Upwork.